I was just in the previous panel listening to the infighting among Republicans, and it was quite frankly depressing. And coming here is actually inspiring, seeing how many people came for you. But I'm just wondering, what ideas do you have that for us to stop the infighting, to get together and not look at each other as enemies?
So I think that we have to, number one, stop attributing nasty motives to one another. I think that there's an attempt by people on both sides to attribute nasty, and when I say both sides, I mean really both sides of the Trump question, because that seems to be the big divide dividing conservatives right now. On the one hand, you'll have people who are like me, who didn't vote for other candidates, and some people who are like that will say that Trump voters, they have bad intent, and that they were just they bought into everything that was bad about the man, and they sort of malign Trump voters as though they did something deeply wrong. I never said that. I don't believe that. I think most Trump voters voted for Trump not because they loved all the bad things about Trump, but because they thought that Hillary Clinton was the worst candidate in the history of the Republic. So, yeah. And on the other side, I think that Trump voters would be wise to look at some people who are very uncomfortable with Trump and say, maybe there's a reason people are uncomfortable with Trump, and maybe we'd be better off, instead of embracing all of his stupidities, instead of saying that he's playing 987-degree underwater, upside down, hungry, hungry hippos, right? Maybe instead of doing that, maybe we ought to just say, listen, some of the dumb stuff he's doing is dumb, some of the good stuff he's doing is good. Like, it's so weird to me that we're even having a debate at this point, right? The election already happened. He's the president. When he does something that's good for conservatives, we should all cheer. When he did Gorsuch, I put on a MAGA hat. Okay, and when he does something stupid, like he attacks his own attorney general on Twitter for a week and a half, and then activates Anthony Scaramucci, who's legitimately, at this point I'm just rooting for entertainment, so I want Mooch to stay, but he activates Anthony Scaramucci, who legitimately is the Ellis character from Die Hard, right? And he activates him to attack the chief of staff instead of just having the balls to fire his chief of staff. I think we should all agree this is kind of dumb. Like, this is not useful. The question shouldn't be, is it entertaining? The question should be, does it forward the ball? And I think that people on the Trump side need to get away from the idea that there's some sort of mastermind genius working inside Trump's gourd that is making all of the dumb things obviously super smart, because dumb things are dumb. I mean, come on.